with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Come to us for your news and opinions. We got a voice. There is no choice. Wisdom voice in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is a perfect distraction. Pop us in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smooth.
What's up, guys? What's cracking? The Con Man. I'm in your house. We here. We're ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are with the shits. Because, hey, we're with the shits. And we're ready to talk a little wrestling. That is right. You already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, we're here to give you that work when it comes to the professional wrestling business. And, whoa, guys, last night, am I right? Am I right? I mean, let's just come out of the gate hot just like that. It was a night for professional wrestling. And, I've taken a little bit of time off on the podcast. I kind of lightweight made my return yesterday when I got a chance to be on my co-host show, Window Lickers, and I'm going to bring him on right now. We had a good conversation. That is, of course, the voice, Josh Joseph. Welcome back to In Your House, bro.
How goes it, my friend? It's great to be back. Great to be home. Great to talk some wrestling. And like you said, that Raw was spectacular.
Yes, man. We are getting really spoiled with some of the things that we are seeing. I feel like last night was a night that if we didn't get what we got, there probably would have been some pushback. There definitely probably would have been some pushback for myself, for sure.
Me too.
But we'll definitely get into that because yesterday I got a chance to do your show, voice. I got a chance to come on Window Lickers and catch that vibe. And it's always weird being on the other side of the question when I'm usually the one asking the questions. But I think we had a fun conversation and just really had fun with it, man, talking some wrestling. Yeah. And while we were doing that, I finally got a chance to talk to somebody that I've been wanting to talk to for a little bit. And he has been pretty much a regular in our In Your House chats, especially our popular Sunday house parties. We love doing those. Those are always a blast. Anytime we get so much traction in the chat, it just makes us want to just keep going. It's motivating. You know what I'm saying? And that chat is normally, we got a few regulars up in there. And I'm glad we got a chance to get one of our regulars up in there. He does a lot of things himself as a content creator. Now he's going to make his In Your House debut. We're going to talk some wrestling. We got a really great episode for y'all. That's the Grunmeister coming on to In Your House. How's it going, brother?
Yo, what's up? It's going good. How about you? How's it going?
Man, I am on vacation, bro. I'm chilling.
Yo,
vacation sounds great.
Yes,
it looks great too because we got some pictures of him chilling poolside.
Yes, man.
Oh my
God, it looked like the life.
Yo, man, I'm living the life, bro. I'm loving it. Yes, man, I'm living the life, enjoying my vacation, and I'm also enjoying what we got to see last night on a really good Monday Night Raw that I think had some good pacing. We're definitely going to get into that for sure, but before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about the second half of our episode that we have here, voice, and it's going to be really special. We got some big things moving here, man. We're going to be attending some things in some situations, and we're going to reveal that to you guys very soon. But before we get there, we want to present to you guys a very special a block of episodes here for In Your Houses. We're going to go ahead and get extreme. It's going to be the week of extreme here at In Your House, where we chronicle fantastic ECW matches from years past, rivalries, feuds, and highlight some of ECW's key players and main eventers and key pivotal pieces in that promotion. And we're going to start that today because today we will be watching the 1997 ECW November to Remember. It was a tables and ladders match between Sabu and Sandman. We're going to be watching that here with you guys here at In Your House. But before we get there, we got to pull it back. We want to get there. We want to get their voice and grumble. We got to stay here right now because there's a lot of situations that happened last night on Monday Night Raw. Once again, a really good Monday Night Raw. Now let's just get it out of the gate right now. Right now, that the speculation going into last night was heavy. You could feel I don't know about you fellas, but I could feel it in the air. I felt the electricity all day as I'm looking on social media, and I'm kind of feeling it myself. And I'm like, man, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? This is a pretty big Monday Night Raw. Like, this is big, and it's big. It's going up against Game 5 of the NBA Finals, which, I mean, it doesn't matter at that point. You have to, because I watched the whole thing. I sat up there and watched it, and usually, man, I'll sometimes I finish Monday Night Raw, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm tired, and I'll just watch the rest the next day. No, for this one, I was like, no, I got to stay up and see, because I knew they were going to wait to the end to do something. Voice, I know that you're a big Wyatt fan. I know this is something you've tossed back and forth with. What are we going to do? What are we not going to do? How is this going to happen? We're seeing all these QR codes. Now we got to get there. Now, you being a Wyatt fan, man, and you seeing last night, you feeling the electricity, where are you at now that you've had kind of like a night to sleep on it?
I got my fix. I finally got it. They gave me what I wanted. I didn't, like I said in the chat, I believe it was last week or the week before. Yeah, it's fun to build up the story, and I get that. But we got to a point to where it was like, that's not enough for me as an average fan. And last night they gave me an abundance of the Wyatt family. I mean, do we call them the Wyatt 5 right now until we get the 6th member? Do we call him the Wyatt 6? Because we know there's going to be a 6th member. And who's that member going to be? So there's my new addiction. That's what I want to know now. But I'm satisfied with how they did it, how they presented it, how they left it to the end, how they made it Bray. They made it very Bray. And that's what I appreciated the most. That's what I was worried about the most. We have Bo Dallas, his brother, and no one is going to be any closer to the idea of Bray than his own brother. And for them to actually take the time and the energy to really give Bo Dallas that platform that we all, I mean, if you're a fan of Bo Dallas, you know what he could have done back in the day. Yes, was his character a little too fun for school? Yes, but Bo Dallas is talent. He does have talent. And now we're going to see another side of Bo Dallas, and in this Uncle Howdy type character, where's the limit with Uncle Howdy? Who is he? Uncle Howdy all the time? Is he going to be Bo at some point? There's a lot to unpack yet, but I'm happy where we are right at this moment. My complaining is off the table. I've taken it back. I'm good.
Well, man, I know it's just a thing where you really wanted to get there, and we got there. I really liked the presentation of last night. It's for me, it's always going to go to what's next, because now next week is going to be so pivotal, because it's going to be about the follow-up, man, because that ending was great. I loved it. All the members are clear. We know who like real talk, we know who they are, and they haven't hid. If you're looking on their Instagrams, they're not hiding who they are. So we know that it's Bo Dallas. We know that it's Nikki Cross. We know that it is Joe Gacy. We know that it's Dexter Loomis, and we know that it's Eric Rowan. That's who we have right now. And that's what has been kind of speculated. Now, you're bringing up who is the sixth member. There's a lot of different things and ways that we can go with that, and I'm sure at some point we will get to that. But I'm going to give it to Grun right now. What was you thinking about this presentation? What was your thoughts going into the night? Where were you at with this entire presentation?
So, I had, for a brief moment, pretty much forgotten that the Wyatt Six was going to debut. I know I've been hearing about it. I knew, it's going to be this Monday. I was like, well, I'm not going to set any expectations for myself because, like, now I trust. I have full trust that they're going to do great things with Wyatt Six, and hopefully this is a rehab for the characters and wrestlers that got lost in the shuffle for the last 10 years, like Nikki Cross, Dexter Lumis. So like this is definitely going to be so going in and seeing what I've seen the clips and hearing what I heard about what happened. Like, okay, I like it. We're kind of going to the extreme of what the Wyatt family was bloodthirsty. They run the show. They don't run just on violence. They run on fear. And they have inflicted fear into the WWE. I mean, you have even Jey Uso going and saying, you know what? You can have the Fireflies. They're not mine. They're not mine.
He said, I'm good.
I don't blame him. Eric Rowan's scary enough. Now he's wearing a rabbit mask. And he's got his mallet.
Yeah,
run,
terrifying.
Run.
Oh man, no! I really dug how it was presented. Now I want to bring it to really the presentation as far as what happened. You guys saw Gorilla Position? It was a complete wreck. It looked like a horror film. They paid attention to this. I mean, this was great detail. I mean, we got one of our cats here. Cheeto was taken over here in the chat talking about, man, rest in peace, Chad Gable, bro got shot. You know,
my boy like, Cheeto.
Man, come on! Like you saw this man, and 10 minutes earlier, you really had Chad Gable sitting over here saying, "Oh, I'm the best. You guys are nothing. I'm gonna be somebody. I'm gonna be the next world heavyweight champion." 10 minutes later, he slumped over. Like what? This was a really good Raw. This was a really good Raw. I really like, and look at everybody, the bodies that was back there. They took Gunther out. They took Judgment Day out. Triple H was laying back there. I mean, you really got to think, how is everybody going to be next week? That's big. Yes. Because everybody's got to be like, everybody has to be on their toes in the locker room. This creates a completely different dynamic in the WWE locker room because you might be sitting over there trying to change to get ready for your match and some creepy shit happened to you. The lights turn off and then all of a sudden there's a damn rabbit with a mallet behind you. Like come on, bro. This completes they have potential to legitimately turn the WWE locker room into a big horror film. Seriously. I mean, this is big. This is big. And if they present it right, hopefully they do. I'm hoping they do. I mean, maybe this is a thing where we only get bits and pieces. Now we know they're here. So, maybe we only get bits and pieces of the Wyatts from week to week. Maybe one skitter across in the background or something like that on some weird shit. I don't know. In the back of like a random promo or something. I don't know. But I want to give it to you here, Voice. What do you think? Like, now that they're here, what do you think the dynamic needs to be in the locker room? Do people need to be on their toes now? Like, what are you expecting from next week's Raw?
I'm expecting, and I believe Grun, you're the one who said it in here. This is where we're going. They are setting up for the Netflix version of Raw. And what better way to create a horror scene? What better way to take a new incoming family that has been there before, in a sense, and destroy everything that we've known? The strength we've known from Gunther. I mean, he had a title reign of 666 days with one title. he defeated everybody. You have Triple H taking over the new wheel of the WWE and making it a monster that it is. But then this family comes in and destroys it all. And I just want to point out one thing. The addition of Nikki Cross is the pure genius of this story. Nikki Cross is going to play. Are they calling her Sister Abigail? Is that is it?
I think
so.
I
I think she is Abby.
So I think there is a differential between Sister Abigail and Abby the Witch. I think Abby the Witch is. I think Abby the Witch is a representation of Sister Abigail, but not actually Sister Abigail. Okay,
well, who better to pull off that psychotic idea of a story than one Nikki Cross? Nikki Cross is, like you said, Grun. She's a player out there who was kind of overseen for a while. She was lost in the mix. What are we going to do with her? She has the skill, but can she pull off a story? And then you see her come out as if it was early 2000s, and I'm rewatching The Ring, and that little girl's crawling through the TV at me, and I'm throwing my popcorn because that shit's scary. People coming out of your television attacking you is scary.
Yes.
Nikki Cross is fantastic. I absolutely love her as a member of the Wyatt family, and the cinematography of this was beautiful. It was like walking through a horror house, like going into a haunted house and going in there and just getting the ever living shit scared out of you because you want that. That's what you're there for. That's what you paid the ticket for. And if I'm anybody in that back, I'm paying attention to the people who didn't get attacked, because what's next for them? And Jay can run away all he wants, but this is the Wyatt family. You can't run away from none of this. It is going to catch up to you. This is no matter where you're going, they're going to catch up to you.
Running's not a threat. It's not advice. It is part of their game. You can run as far as you want. The Wyatt family always catches their prey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you are right on that one, Grun.
Well said. Well said. I believe that it is Grun who said it. Roger, yes. Once again, it was a movie, bro. That's what I loved about it. It was cinema. It was really good stuff. But I think it was Grun who said it. I love the fact that this is an opportunity to utilize talents that are good. They're good talents, but by themselves, it's just they didn't have it. And it's just, and this is what we have factions for in the first place. So this is why factions have such a big place in wrestling, because you can take wrestlers who might lack in one thing or one thing, and then their stablemate might be able to pick up that strength and cover up that weakness for you. And this is where stables are strong. Now you have talents that once again weren't really getting used. They had ideas and stuff for Joe Gacy, but after I believe his feud with Dijak in NXT, he was off TV. And then Dexter Lumis, he's been off TV for a long time. We all heard rumor of Eric Rowan and his re-signing of with the company. That was about a month or so ago, maybe a little bit longer. Nikki Cross, who they've tried to do a lot of different things with, and just been kind of stop and start, with her. And, she's always been good. And boom, now she has something to do. And then Bo Dallas, who I just didn't even think would even come back to the company. I mean, I just thought he was done, but he's carrying this legacy and he's doing it, to the best of his ability. Once again, the debut was great. It's just going to be the follow-up. But I'm excited, man, because this is exactly what we need. This is the type of juice that we need going into this Netflix deal in January, which, once again, I can't stress this enough. That's going to be a pivotal time. I mean, they're going to be on Netflix at the same time. This Netflix deal is going to be brand new when they're on the road to WrestleMania. So this past road to WrestleMania was really good with all the final boss stuff. Cody, we all have it forged in our brain, that ass whooping that The Rock gave Cody. It's a moment. It is a moment now in time. Now, how are they going to top that on Netflix in 2025 WrestleMania season going into Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Woo.
I just realized that. WrestleMania in Las Vegas while Raw is on Netflix. Like, that is...
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That is bigger than big.
Yeah.
Bigger than big.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, like 2-3 months before WrestleMania, Las Vegas is hosting the Super Bowl. Vegas is going to be popping next year.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They're going to be flooded
gosh.
with cash, too.
Oh, my gosh.
They could build a whole new Vegas right next to them
Yes.
after this year.
Yes.
But I would like to say, do you think Matt Riddle's putting hot sauce in his pee hole right now? Because if he would have just sat back, been cool, they could have done this whole thing with them being in Vegas, him walking into a dispensary, cool, doing the 420, bro, whatever he wanted to do. Like all he had to do was mellow out for a couple years, just mellow out.
I don't think so. I think he's got a lot of similarities to Rob Van Dam, where it's like he was just happy to be working. He was just happy to be doing his thing.
That's true.
Only difference is Rob Van Dam was like, no, I'm happy if you let me use steel chairs, ladders, and hurt myself real bad.
Yeah. Yep.
Poor Rob.
Oh, man.
But we love him.
We do love Rob Van Dam.
Love that guy, absolutely. And of course, like I said, we're going to be chronicling ECW a little bit later with some great matches and content. But no, I really enjoyed that debut. I enjoyed this episode of Monday Night Raw. And once again, there was a lot of things that came out of it. We don't have to break down every little thing, jump right into it. But I do want to talk a little bit real quick about your reaction voice to Drew McIntyre quitting the company. So he quit the company. I like what they did backstage where they showed like Adam Pearce trying to stop him and Triple H trying to talk to him. He's just not having it. And then you have CM Punk, who, of course, we talked about it on Window Lickers, the screw job that he did at the Clash and whatnot. What's your reaction, man, to him quitting? Because I didn't think he was going to come out and quit like that. But what did you think?
Well, yeah, like you talked about, we got the Scotland Yard screw job from the old CM Punk. I did not expect that. I mean, I know that household, if you're out there and you're listening and you've heard me talk for the past couple months about specifically Drew McIntyre, I was under the umbrella of him not even renewing his contract. But he did, and this is a cool kind of angle they're going to go with, because I really like what Jones said, and I wish he was here to say it more poetically, but I really feel what he said about this is exactly where they're going. I just would change a couple things. Like, instead of Jones said that he could see Drew pulling a screw job on CM Punk and going and sitting front row in AEW and just smiling at the camera every time it goes over to him to get at CM Punk. But I posed the idea that maybe Drew goes into a UFC event and he's in there promoting WWE. One of the bigger guys comes in there. Maybe it's the guy who, beat CM Punk when he was doing UFC. And maybe Drew puts him in a chokehold and stares into the camera and keeps saying CM Punk's name over and over again until UFC guys are coming out and pulling him off. The security, as big as the UFC security is, they're pulling him off. It just gives that more unhinged aspect to Drew McIntyre. And then I don't know if anybody else has seen this. Jones threw this in today. That 2 weeks off really ignited this dude's batteries, but it appears we might have CM Punk and Cody Rhodes at Money in the Bank. And
I saw that. I was like,
Jones showed us the exact picture of it. He said, all I did was do a Google search, and this is what they threw up at me. Very first thing. We don't know. I don't know specifically where it came from, and it did pop up there. But if we have that, then you have Drew McIntyre being gone, coming back, Money in the Bank. CM Punk's right there. He's got the 1, 2, boom. Drew McIntyre screws him over. And then you get your explosion at SummerSlam between those two. And it could be spectacular. It could potentially, this feud, I actually think, is going to make me appreciate CM Punk coming back to the WWE, because I'm not there yet, and B, it'll really cement Drew McIntyre's dominance in my head.
So I'm thinking if we do have a Cody and CM Punk feud, and we're doing it at Money in the Bank, and Money in the Bank is at where? Toronto, okay.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a ruckus crowd. It's a great crowd to do it in front of if they decide to do that. So we're doing that. What do we do here, Grunmeister? Are we going to have Cody retain, or are we going to take that shot and have CM Punk, who, might I add, is coming off of an injury? I mean, just throwing that out there, and just being fair here, has been injury prone in the last few years. Great for the company, but I just this is just me talking and thinking, and I'm like, man, you have Cody here who's doing his thing, and he's I think he's having a pretty decent run. A lot of people have different thoughts about his run. I've heard boring. Some people have said boring, but I counter that by saying, but man, the match quality has been really good. They revisited the AJ feud, the Logan Paul match created a moment. I just think that it's a little bit hard there, but what are you doing, man? What are your thoughts on a match between CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, and what would your outcome be?
I am definitely wary of that match because of exactly what you said. CM Punk has been injury prone since his return back in AEW. And it's not a knock on him. It's just the fact that he gets injured a lot more than he used to when he was younger. Yeah. And I couldn't tell you what that's from. If they do go ahead with this match, I don't want to see CM Punk win. I think the screw job, the Drew returning the favor by screwing CM Punk over, is the better story to go with.
Yeah.
And the only other, I think it's fair when people question whether or not Cody's had a good reign or not. But I think we need to remember that we just had Roman Reigns with an incredible reign, not just the length, but the storylines, the matches. Just it was the best story that we've probably seen since the Attitude Era, and it's probably tops the best story from the Attitude Era, and that could be Stone Cold and Vince's feud.
That was a great feud, though.
Yeah,
I do agree. I do agree with. I think it was Tony who said Orton, Cody at SummerSlam. I do agree. That's the match. Yeah. I do agree. That's the match that they won at SummerSlam. I want Bloodline to stay out of the match until it's over. Okay, just let
until
Cody
it's over.
Yes. Okay, because we have two world champions that they Cody's been getting big wins. Damien's been getting big wins, but I can't say that I'm as into these championship reigns as I think I would want to be. So I think big wins at SummerSlam and for Damien at Money in the Bank are needed.
I agree with you on that, man.
Yeah.
That's a really good take on that. I would say though, I really think to get that amped up, where we get Orton and Cody at SummerSlam, having Drew screw over CM Punk if we get CM Punk versus Cody would really push both stories into a spectacular atmosphere, because then you have Cody. Can he go against somebody who is tried and true, and Randy Orton has the same pedigree as Cody, has been around the industry, with the family, just like Cody. He gets that win over Orton, that cements him. And I want to harken back to what Paragon said, even though he was on I don't think Cody should have done this. There is a change in Cody now from that stair hit.
Yeah, when he threw the stairs, yep. Yep, we lost him.
Well, that's
all
not
right.
good.
Hey, we'll get him back. But like he was saying, there was a difference there from the stair hit. Now, one thing that I wanted to say, I was going to get to it after he was done talking. So here's what I would like to see from this if they were to go Cody CM Punk, which I personally, I don't want to see Cody CM Punk at Money in the Bank. I don't think that's the move right now. But if they do, I would like it to be a thing where maybe like there's some backstage segments on Monday Night Raw or something where you have Adam Pearce in the background, and Adam Pearce is maybe in the backstage area or in the offices with Triple H. Triple H is asking Adam Pearce, "Hey, have you been able to get a hold of Drew since he left Monday Night Raw?" And he's like, "No, he's not calling me back, not returning any text, anything." And we do that because we've got Money in the Bank coming up just in a couple of weeks. So maybe they drag that along for maybe 2 weeks. Then boom, at the end, right when CM Punk has a chance to maybe beat Cody, that's when we see Drew return out of the blue. After not being able to be contacted and everything, screws over CM Punk. Cody retains. Which would lead Cody, of course, moving forward to SummerSlam, and then boom, like you guys had said, we get to Cody and Orton, which, Orton's got to put him over, right? It's got to be, it's got to be a solidifying thing with Cody where it's like, hey, this is the guy who I used to run around with, and he was my stable leader. I give a lot of my career to this guy. Their feud is going to be big, and it's going to be crazy because it's like, the question is, could we see a more sinister Orton come in a feud like that, or are we going to be like, oh, this is a respect thing, blah, blah, blah? I for one would like to see a more sinister side of Orton. Could we get Mama Rhodes getting DDT'd in the ring? Getting that Hangman DDT in the ring.
He's probably the only one with the balls to do it.
Yeah. That would be that. Yes, that's some Orton shit right there. So I don't know, man. I think there's some money in that. Once again, I thought Monday Night Raw was good. I got to bring up real quick, and then we're gonna get to this. Watch along here. Braun Breaker, I'm loving everything that this dude is doing. The way he ran around the ring and speared the living hell out of Ludwig Kaiser. He's putting himself in that situation where he's looking like he's in the race for the IC championship, and that, at least in that story, man. Real quick, Voice, what are you thinking about what we're seeing from Braun Breaker? I'm loving this guy's development, but what's your thoughts?
Oh no, I'm there with you. And I would love to point out the fact that on the last Raw review, Grun, you pointed this out. This is the next move. This is your IC champion, your next one, and I love it. I cannot wait for it because I think Braun Breaker is really doing great things. Even when he's just in the ring, standing there listening to somebody talk shit to him. And just his little movements. He has no wasted movements in a match. the dude he's just the pedigree of wrestling. I absolutely love the fact that he's here, and I really want to see him and Seth Rollins go at it. I think that would be a fantastic match. A series. Give me a series of it, because I think those two, I think Braun will put Seth in a very safe environment, but a very violent environment. Yeah. And I think Seth, him coming back, I think that would be a great thing. Maybe for his second match, or second, who's he talking to now? Damian Priest.
Yeah,
when they go at it.
Yeah. Yep.
So after this Damian Priest thing, that's what I would like to see with Seth freaking Rollins and Braun Breaker.
Yeah, man. We even had Seth Rollins return, and that was great in itself, man. To be and I was even saying last night, I was like, I didn't think he was going to be back this soon. I didn't
either.
I didn't think we'd see him like till a little bit after SummerSlam. Grun, what was you thinking, man, about Seth Rollins returning?
It was not on my bingo card. I did not see him returning tonight. Because I know with Becky, her not choosing not to renew a contract, Seth being on having to deal with surgeries and recovery from injuries, I thought, okay, this would be a good time, because they've been going, both of them have been going hard last 2 or 3 years. Mm-hmm. Even with Becky in the last 2 or 3 years giving birth to their daughter.
Yeah.
So I'm like I definitely would not be mad at them if they said, hey, we want 6 months off just because we haven't had enough time to enjoy being a family. But you know what? Like, Seth loves pro wrestling. That is something that we have learned about him since he broke up with the Shield, since his turmoil breakup with Authority. We've learned that he loves pro wrestling, and he earned the name Monday Night Rollins. So, and him being back and not really dressed as outrageous as he has the last 18 months, which I was like, you know what? I'm okay with this. I'm kind of glad that you're like, okay, you're bringing it down a bit, because I don't think you'd survive being a babyface any longer and still dressing like a clown.
He was going to some places. He
was. I love him. I love Seth Rollins. I love him, but I'm glad that he toned down the attire.
Oh man, yes. No, I agree, man. I just I think what took me out was those damn big ass red Astro Boy boots. Like, oh my god. I'm like, brother, you came out in those. and then stomped somebody with them. Oh my gosh. The whole damn Super Mario sound coming off this man's head, like,
it really did too.
Oh man, just crazy stuff. But no, I was happy to see Seth Rollins back once again. Like I said, I just think they're moving in the right direction. A lot of cool things happening in WWE. We got Money in the Bank right around the corner, which has become such a big pivotal situation. We saw a couple of advancement there. You know, Io Sky advances into the Money in the Bank briefcase match. Jey Uso advances, and that's pretty much, like, for the most part, that's Monday Night Raw. And once again, great episode. I enjoyed it. I'm ready for next week. It's going down in Indy. I'm not for sure if I'm going yet. I just don't know. I'll be coming off of vacation then. But I might. I don't know. I might just grab a couple of cheap tickets and just go with my son and just see what happens next, because I am curious to see what happens next. What's going to happen next here on In Your House is us pivoting, because, man, we have got some big situations going on here, Voice. We've got an event that we're going to be going to on the 29th, and it is going to be a friend of the podcast, Heated Shenanigans host, that's Scott Hewlett. We've had him here on a past episode, and he's actually running a show in Lafayette, Indiana called Every Child Wins, and it's gonna have some great talent on this show, and we're gonna talk definitely more about it. But the main names that are going to be on this show are names that we're familiar with here, big time names that we're familiar with. It's going to be an ECW centric type of show where they're going to have the franchise Shane Douglas, Francine, the Sandman, and Bill Alfonso will be there in Lafayette, Indiana, and my friend Scott was able to get us the scoop, and the scoop here for you guys here at In Your House is we will be sitting down and talking with the Sandman. We will be sitting down and talking with Shane Douglas, Francine, and the manager of champions, Bill Alfonso. And we're very excited for this opportunity here at In Your House. And to prepare for what is going to be such a big block of episodes here on the podcast, we wanted to chronicle ECW, and I threw it in the chat because I didn't just want to go into this and not, like, I wanted to be some energy going into it. So I'm like, let's find some great matches from these ECW legends that we're about to have the privilege to sit down and talk to, and let's take them in. Let's appreciate their work. Let's just sit here as fans and in front of the household here and just enjoy this match. And guys, you can enjoy this match with myself, the voice, Josh Joseph, and Grunmeister. You can join us too if you are on the Peacock app. That is what I'm on right now. So if you're on the Peacock app, it is ECW November to Remember 1997. It is season 4, episode 1. I don't know why they do it like that. It's like that. It's just one episode in the season because it's one long, but that's just how they have it. So if I just want to be clear for you guys that it's going to be season 4, episode 1 under ECW in the Peacock app. When you go under the WWE tab, ECW November to Remember. We're starting this out, guys, at 1 hour 35 minutes, 22 seconds into the show. Okay, so once again, I'm going to give you guys a second here. That's 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 22 seconds into the show. I'm going to give you guys a chance to get there. And while we're doing that, we'll just vamp a little bit here for you guys to give you guys an opportunity if you guys are going to join us. Voice, I know when you heard the news that we were going to be going to Lafayette for this show, you were over the moon, man. This is going to be a great opportunity that we're going to go out and be able to get a few minutes with these ECW legends, man. What are your thoughts on what we got going on?
Oh man, I got so many thoughts. First of all, it's such a blessing to have this opportunity. And through wrestling, through just talking and enjoying something that I truly do love. Bill Alfonso was a very big favorite of mine, a character favorite. He went from being a ref to being a character ref to being a manager, and then a manager of champions and of legends of the ECW locker room. Sandman. I mean, a majority of a Sandman match is Sandman in the crowd drinking a beer, smoking a cigarette, and listening to Metallica. How can you not love that? And Shane Douglas, the franchise. Shane Douglas showed me that there's more that you can do on a mic than what Ric Flair can do. Shane Douglas gave me energy. Shane Douglas made me believe that he was a psychotic jerk and points of his career, and he had no remorse for it, because all he desired to be was the champion of whatever promotion he was running with. And Shane Douglas, I mean, just think of the talent that ran with Shane Douglas. I mean, it's mind blowing. And Francine, come on, Francine she was ECW. That was ECW right there.
Queen of
I
Extreme.
absolutely, exactly, the Queen of Extreme. And she gave her heart, her soul to this industry. Every single one of these guys did. Every time they donned those colors, those letters, ECW. I mean, and in this match, I mean, we got Sandman versus Sabu in a ladders and chairs match. And I mean, just you mix Sabu with anything that is a home furnishing, and it's a great match because he will use it. It doesn't matter. In this match, you're going to see a lot of these ladders just getting tossed like like you're on a pee-wee football league and you're the biggest kid out there. And it's just, it's so fun to watch this episode, and it's going to be so fun to actually talk to these icons, these ECW legends, and really get in there. So fans, from my point of view, if you have questions out there that you would love me to ask them,
give it to us.
Hit us up, let us know, because I am a fan. And this is what I talk about all the time, a moment. This is going to be a moment. This is what Howse talks about, a movie. We are going to give you the best possible interview we can with everybody we get to talk to. And it's going to be a fun time. Tune in, join us, be a part of it, because you're going to love every aspect of this.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I am excited for it. I once got a chance to meet Sandman. Man, I got such a cool story. I'm going to bring it up to him when I get a chance to talk to him. Such a cool
I was
story.
hoping you would.
I was backstage at a Heroes and Legends show in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I was backstage with two of my clients. I was back there with Sam Knight, and you guys know him out there in the household. You guys know Sam, but of course you guys know our part-time co-host there, Paragon, and he was back there with me as well. And we were shooting a promo for the promotion, and I was their manager, yada, yada, yada. And you had Sandman just kind of laying out there in the cut backstage or whatever, kind of on his phone and whatnot, but you can kind of see he was kind of halfway paying attention to what we was doing. And we shot it, and then he kind of walked over to us. The freaking Sandman, I mean, a former multi-time ECW world champion, comes over to us and says, "Hey, I like what you guys are doing. Maybe if you guys do it like this and like that, it'll probably be a little bit better." And we was like, "Oh, yeah," because we knew who we was talking to. It was the freaking Sandman. We knew who he was right off rip. We was just like, yeah, of course, man. So we reshot it right there in front of him, and he was like, "That's it. That's a lot better." And we was like, right on. And we was just like, shook his hand. Thank you for, even taking the time to work with us and whatnot and caring, That stuck with me. So, like, I'm going to bring that up to him. And, like, yeah, man, I fucks with Sandman heavy, man. So, like, this is going to be fun to watch, man. Grun, what's your thoughts, man? You got any final thoughts before we jump right into this match, bro?
Not really, but, so I grew up with WWECW is what I'm told it was called. Now obviously with that you guys have a different opinion of it than I do. But I thought the initial introduction of WWECW before they really botched it, I thought it was great. So the extremeness, the going over the top, and so this is gonna be my first time watching a match from the original ECW days.
Okay, awesome.
This and it's a Sabu match.
This is gonna be fun.
It's a Sandman Sabu match. So I have to imagine this is gonna be pretty wild.
This is gonna be super fun. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is gonna be good. All right.
Yeah, I did not know that, Grunt.
That's great stuff. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this started. We've given you guys enough time. Once again, last time I'll say it, 1 hour, 35 minutes, 22 seconds. But we got to go ahead and get into this. We are starting this match off post beatdown as Sandman's music is playing, just to give you guys reference. And we're going to count it down. We're going to start this thing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and play.
First thing, he's just
Beer
guzzling
right in
the beer.
I love it.
I love that shirt too, the old Budweiser ripoff.
And he had a spare beer in his pocket.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, you're not even done. Look at Stevie Richards and RVD
Oh my
back
gosh.
Jeez.
I'll tell you, man. Sandman always stood out to me because it always reminded me of like somebody's drunk dad.
then. Yeah, exactly. Dude, Sandman, his character was so relatable because you either had a drunk dad you knew like that, a drunk uncle, somebody in the neighborhood who fell asleep by bonfires every night drinking beer.
Yeah. He looked like somebody. He looks like somebody that you don't want to fight, but you do want to party with.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And like the first facial piercing that was like really shown on television was Sandman's eyebrow ring until Mosh and Thrash came around. Then they were
the headbangers.
Yeah, the old headbangers.
Wow, look at young Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, so so fit back then. Just
a specimen, great in ring, like all the potential in the world.
Yeah. Dude, there's a like story behind Rob Van Dam in the ECW days. He would do some interviews where he was doing the splits on chairs to stretch out his legs. Dude, I oh my God, that just always impressed me when he can do things like that.
Oh yeah. It's insane that he can wrestle anywhere close to how he used to today.
Yeah. Man.
And look at Rob Van Dam now, just like living life, smoking weed all the time. His wife has a girlfriend. Like, like this man's living. Like,
I don't know why I didn't see that coming. I don't know why I would think anything.
Right.
Think anything more.
He's living a wonderful life.
And back in this day, Grun, Rob would not be shy to talk about smoking and the things that he did. There were some of his slinglets he came out that were weed friendly.
Dude, it was taboo back then too.
Exactly.
I mean, I believe it. The second I started hearing that he smoked pot, I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? Yeah, all that makes sense now. Everything about his personality makes total sense now.
Dang, my man Sandman with the Undertaker entrance.
Yeah, there was never a short one. And see, normally Grun, he comes right out of the crowd.
Yep. He does.
Yeah, I remember they let him do that.
Okay, hold on.
We
off to the races.
Nowhere.
We're off to the races. Sabu was like, I'm tired of this shit, bro. Quit walking around this damn ring. Get this smoke. I love it. Look at Sabu.
That is definitely, if I ever talk to him, that is a question I'm going to ask him. Like, because he always seemed to get so angry at people's entrances. No matter how they came out, he would get so angry about it.
Look at this. See, this is what I liked ECW for, is the utilization of the weapons. Look at this. Look at this crap. Oh, my God. Oh.
Yeah. Boom. And he gets up because he just wrecked his thigh.
Oh, my God.
He just wrecked it.
Look at this, man. This is ECW, bro. Oh, we got a pinfall.
2 count.
Oh.
And Sabu was a madman.
Alfonso on the outside.
Yeah.
He was the manager of. Oh, damn. See, and this is where you get a lot of your head cuts in ECW, is when they run into each other when they're holding something.
Yep.
Yeah.
And damn.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. They take these cheap ladders and just chuck them at each other this whole match.
And I noticed watching a little bit of it earlier that you had Bill Alfonso. He was waving around a WWF flag.
Yeah. Well, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody out there knows this, but I believe this was towards the time with the Jerry Lawler ECW thing.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking there might have been some kind of angle at that point.
I think there was. But because I went back and I tried to find. You remember when Lawler brought Sabu and RVD into the Monday Night Raw ring? Yep. And it had him just destroy everybody? I tried to find that dude. I cannot find that clip.
Really?
I've looked everywhere for it.
We got to try. Yeah, if we could try to find that somehow. Oh, he's throwing him out of the ring.
He just chucks him out like a bag of garbage.
Just like it's nothing. Just like it's nothing.
Oh my!
What are you doing, bro? Oh my god!
My first thought was this man was going to try to fly. Like
he just come on, man. I this thing at him.
I would be terrified if I saw someone like Sandman trying to fly, trying to run and jump over the ropes. Like this is going to end badly for everybody,
man. For real.
Oh yeah.
This is.
Yeah,
but
normally
this is the action everybody loves. Oh
yeah.
Normally he didn't do things like jumping over the top ropes and things like that. He would get up onto the top rope and do like a little dive off of it.
Right.
But normally people are terrified of Sabu, Air Sabu right into the guardrail, the old metal guardrails too.
Man, I remember later in Sabu's career, he really tried to keep that chair spot alive, man. But it just he had to retire it, bro, at the end there because he kept tripping and falling and stuff. And I was like, damn. Retire that spot, bro.
Just chucked the table off.
Damn.
I mean, Undertaker was on a Chris Van Vliet's podcast recently, and that video just went live. He said Father Time is undefeated, so Sabu.
Yeah. It is true. It is true. This matchup, it's rarely been in the ring, which is fully what I expect from an ECW match.
Yeah. And I believe this is the one match where we finally get to see somebody suplex a table. And you're getting it right here. Sandman
did he really just
suplexed the damn table
right onto Sabu, and Sabu's dumbass puts his leg up to stop it and injures his leg doing it.
Oh god.
Like, get out of the way. You have plenty of time to get out of the way.
Okay. How hard would it be for 2K to allow us to do this kind of stuff in WWE games?
Oh,
okay. How hard would it?
Oh
no!
Look at those elbows too.
Those elbows are rough.
Oh my!
What's he doing? Is that table going to even stay up? It doesn't even look. Look, that's what I'm saying. It didn't even stable. That's what I said.
He just slammed his head right into it. Oh. You gotta love Sandman and his creativity out there.
Man. Yeah, man. You didn't see violence like this on any other show. He's trying. He's giving the hell to another table.
Yeah, he's not gonna stop. Boy. He's gonna get this spot.
He's getting what he wants.
Yeah.
And I love this. This
he's
move.
Too far
this
off
move
the table.
Perfect. Oh no!
He's too far. Oh my god! It was just him that went through the table.
Yeah,
he guillotined his ass.
Stabby. I think you guys pre-cut the tables too much.
Yes.
Yes,
definitely
there
much
were
on
some
the
that were. And this, fans, I don't know where you're at in your ECW fandom, but this is fresh off of like 6 months of these two having a feud where they blinded each other. One with a fireball, the other with a kendo stick. And this is like the overall, what's going to happen? Are these two going to kill each other? Oh my God, that looks so rough.
Jesus.
My God.
Sandman's head is it's got to be rattling right now.
How
The
long
Bill-
has Sandman been Sabu been wrestling at this point?
That's a good question.
I
97?
believe he started in the early 90s. I want
Yeah.
to say 91, 92, maybe.
So like maybe 5-6 years at that point.
I think I
he
see every scar from every spot he's done on his back.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Yeah, because you gotta think he also did over in Japan.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
Right.
traveled the entire world.
He's done some of the most
wrestling.
intense things.
Yeah, C4 matches.
Yeah.
Actually, after this, Grun, whenever you got a chance and you want to
Yeah.
check out your next ECW match, Terry Funk versus Sabu in a barbed wire match.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
It-
whoa, 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 whoa! Oh
Yep,
shit!
we're about to get air
no,
Sabu.
no! Oh my God! Oh.
There he goes, and then beats his head. Notice where his kidneys hit that casing that's on the bottom,
Yeah.
and he grabs them instantly.
Dear
Oh.
God!
Sabu is the ultimate wrestler for me. He changed my mind of wrestling in a whole just watching one of his matches.
He's a madman.
Homicidal, suicidal, genocidal.
That's
he
him.
is Sabu.
That's him.
I had
And
just turned 4 when this match happened.
Really?
Yeah, you should-
Wow.
It's a good thing you weren't watching it.
my
You would have been different.
my dad
Could've
wouldn't let me
messed up.
watch Raw at this point.
Yeah, so this is definitely off the table.
Look at this.
Oh my!
Bill Alfonso getting another table.
Yeah, he's just setting up another table out there for Sabu, you know.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, that was rough.
I think Sandman actually got his shoulder separated in
Did he?
this.
It
At
looks-
the beginning
yeah.
of the match. He gets thrown in underneath the ropes and his shoulder catches.
I
And-
saw that spot at the
Yeah.
beginning. That
Ooh,
looked
I
like a
love
good
that.
spot.
that was
That
nutty.
springboard
That's
was beautiful.
Oh my God, that springboard kick.
Actually, Rhino was on CBV, the Insight, and mentioned that he never trusted Sandman if he was sober. In the ring, I'm like, okay, you know what? That's something that, like, how many people said, Sandy, I'm not wrestling you if you're sober.
You can have some beers, man.
That's something like how.
Well, you
What a
want to see
wild
him
time.
wrestle sober? Watch his WCW run.
Oh dear God!
It was not great.
What a wild time in wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And look, Sabu's just walking on tables, grabbing ladders,
Oh,
and chucking them right in.
dear God.
And you know that cheap aluminum has to be cutting their heads.
Oh, it hurts.
It has to be.
There's no way it don't hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we got another table going here.
Oh no.
Oh, they wanted a
Oh, no.
tables match.
Yeah, they got it. They've been utilizing.
Oh dear God.
What's this man doing? No.
Oh.
Stop. Bro, stop. Don't do that, bro. Don't you do that. Oh.
Andy missed.
Yeah, it didn't go how we wanted.
See, that's a Sabu match too, Grunt.
Yeah.
Sometimes he misses.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Honestly, I
Yeah.
thought he was going to ride the ladder through the table.
Yeah. That's what I thought too.
It kind of looked like that's what he thought he was going to do too. It just didn't work.
It didn't work
for
out
him.
like that, yeah. I think they just calling all this stuff on the fly. Like, let's just go out there and do some shit. All right, so we got
You would
another
almost
table
have
again.
to do
I-
that with these two
Oh, yeah.
in a match.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that was kind of Paul Heyman's MO, like just letting his wrestlers go out, tell their story, do whatever it is that they think is going to make Paul Heyman the most money possible.
Yeah.
That was the genius of ECW, though.
Yeah.
It was like that, man. It was so grassroots. I mean, just look.
Oh, no.
I know we're paying attention to the crowd right now, or to the match right now. But just take a second, look at the crowd. It's packed. It's
Yeah.
packed.
Yeah.
This was a cult-like following. Like this, it was special. Oh my God! Oh,
Yes.
and that's one of the reasons why.
You can even see the crowd. The crowd's not quiet because they're not interested. They're quiet because they're so
Invested.
zoned in. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. This storyline between these two was one of the best ones of '97, and this is fresh off the Tommy Dreamer Raven storylines that they were just like in. Those storylines were crazy, and then Raven Sandman story. We covered that before, and that is a crazy story. He had his own.
God!
Yep.
Yo, no. Oh. Suplex on
Sabu
the
didn't
ladder.
know what to grab.
No.
Everything hurt.
Oh.
He's like, This is fantastic, and
But the
this
crowd
is where
loves
you
it.
get the holy shit chants from. This is where it all started. ECW and what they were
I believe
doing.
that.
That's where that chant started from, because no one was doing what they're doing right now.
No.
Bill
I mean,
Alfonso on that
WWF was trying, in a sense, but they only had Mankind. Then they had the big boss man come out and beat up Mankind. Ooh, of course, a big security dude can beat up a guy like that.
Yeah. I mean, with all due respect, Mick Foley is the right guy to have if you're going to do hardcore extreme stuff in the WWF, but you need people that he can work with, people that are willing to do the same extreme stuff that he can, which is probably
What
like,
what was that?
oh,
Right on that shoulder.
I'm sorry, girl. You was making a point.
no,
man.
that's good. That's good. But no, the point where I was going was when they brought in the Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian. You have 6 guys that really tag team wrestlers, each love using a particular weapon, create the TLC match, and to this day, one of the greatest stipulation matches ever.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. Absolutely agree with you there. Absolutely. Because we're seeing a great match right here as it's continuing. These guys just killing each other. You got Bill Alfonso up in the ring blowing the whistle and whatnot. just being
I love
a
the
menace.
whistle.
What in the hell was that?
What?
Oh,
What the
that's
hell
the
did you-
spike.
Oh my god!
Or-
And he just
wait, no, he's
oh
got
my
a fork.
God. Oh, this
Jesus
is not
Christ.
okay. Good Lord, Jesus, stop
Yeah.
it! It is ugly, bro. It is ugly up in here. He is stabbing this man's head.
It's
Look at this. Oh, he just.
Oh, my
dude,
God.
These ropes. This is a mess.
Yeah, he's gonna start leaking really bad right now.
Oh, he just threw. What
Oh.
is happening anymore? This
What
is. Look at his head. Look at this man's head.
All we
Oh,
need
no.
now is New Jack's music to hit. and
Man,
him come running
yeah,
out.
it'll be the most ECW thing ever. Good Lord, what's he doing?
I don't want to know. I don't think I want to know.
These guys. I mean, the things that these guys are doing. What's he doing? What the hell?
I feel like that's a drunk man thinking of doing something cool and forgetting how it works.
That's the
I
drunk guy
don't-
in the bar who screams and Look, he's not in his right mind right now, so he's just out there experimenting.
Apparently, drunk is when he is in his right mind in wrestling.
This guy.
I'm not seeing the evidence.
Look at this mess.
Yeah, his matches are definitely out there when it comes to this. I'm surprised that the no kendo stick has been used yet.
I know, right? Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I-
Now, when was
I
the
was
last
told
time we
that
had a
was his thing.
pinfall?
That was
A while.
years ago. Oh my God, what's he doing? Oh, the Sandman
That wasn't a bad senton.
That was pretty good. I'll give it to him. That was pretty
That wasn't
good.
bad. That's a way to do it, and it works for him.
He looks like he just needs to go to the hospital now.
Real, yes. Like, get this man off the canvas, bro.
Yeah.
Sabu's calling for something.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and there
Nope,
goes.
he's getting a ladder for his troubles.
Man.
Here we go.
Oh, okay. Oh my
Number
gosh.
2.
He just crushed
That took-
him.
Yeah, that took all of his body right on that ladder.
Y'all, this is crazy.
For real.
Grun, do you happen to know who Sabu's uncle is?
Actually, yes, the Iron Sheik, right?
Yes, that's who actually trained him and or had a part in him and RVD's training.
Nice.
Nice.
That is very cool.
Crowd's loving it though.
God,
Crowd is loving it.
Yeah, this is.
Oh my God! Electric chair.
Oh,
that really just out of nowhere
that
dropped
was
him with
nasty
that.
business.
Oh my God!
This match,
I remember seeing this move for the first time in SmackDown versus Raw.
yeah.
I thought, why don't I see this move more? This is insane.
This match is insane. And
That table's not gonna hold.
That
It's not
table's no
holding.
way it's gonna hold. That's not holding.
Sabu's going to try to make it hold, though. He's not going to move. He's going to stay there.
Oh
Here we
my
go.
God!
Get
Oh
up
my
there,
dear
Sam.
God!
Oh, he almost missed that.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
he almost did.
Oh my God! This.
Like, where are the stretchers? These guys have killed each other.
Oh my!
Sandman's not moving. He doesn't. Oh, there he goes. He's moving now. Man.
If I'm Paul Heyman in the back and I'm watching this, I'm like, I'm going to have to explain to these men's families why they are crippled. They did all this for me.
Oh.
If at this point they've both been doing it at least 6 years, I think at this point their families know, no, Paul, it's not your fault. They're just,
Yeah. They chose to do this.
yeah.
Bill
They made this
Alfonso's
choice.
got it.
Uh-oh.
He's going to wind up and do what?
Oh, fireball!
Oh, there it is. Yep, there it is.
Oh,
Oh. Oh. Bill Alfonso.
Look at that
Oh,
little
nope.
weasel.
Oh, he's got him.
oh.
Bill Alfonso.
Oh, God, right in the mouth.
That was a
that
stiff
was-
kick. Look at his eyes. I loved about Bill Alfonso is he wasn't afraid to bleed.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was a big thing about him.
Go check out his match against Beulah, Grun.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
It's-
Oh! Okay, that was pretty effective.
He just shoved a ladder in a man's face and put him through a table. That was
That's
too
nutty.
much. Too much.
That is straight nutty. How many tables have we already seen be used already?
Dude,
6, 7?
4? I think we're at 4.
Maybe you might be
This
right.
is why ECW went under. The tables. The
couldn't
overhead
keep
is
the
way
budget.
too much. Yeah. You boys thought you were getting paid? Well, we had to buy tables.
Tables. Pay us in more tables.
To be fair, they'd probably be like, "Oh, you're buying more tables for us to throw each other through? That's fine.
That's
we
fine.
We don't need a
That's
paycheck.
Dude, and some of those
We don't-
guys
we don't
would have
need a
done it
paycheck.
too.
Just let us be more violent."
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. I bet some of these guys actually did do this just for free, though. I'm not even gonna lie. Just because it's a
Oh, yeah.
run.
That is what I've heard, that some of them did that for a while. They pretty much were doing it for free, but they were just happy to have the match, happy
Yeah.
to be doing
A part of
this
it, yeah.
type of wrestling. Yeah.
And that's the match.
There he is. Sabu wins it. That
What a
was
match.
man.
Yeah.
They beat the hell out of each other in that one.
They sure did, man. That was an intense watch. Wow.
Yeah, they true legends of ECW.
Yeah.
That was like magical to watch, honestly, because you are not. I don't care what you're watching. Like this is what we just saw there is what people now would consider deathmatch wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
This was just ECW. Like it was crazy, intense violence. Not pretty, but you know what? That's what we came to love about ECW is that the violence wasn't pretty, it was gritty, and that's exactly what we saw in this match. A whole lot of grit, a whole lot of violence, a whole lot of ugly violence, like a bar fight, and it was great, man. We got Bill Alfonso up there in the camera, Sandman laid out in the middle of the ring. I mean, this is 1997, man. This is a crazy year, man. I mean, 97. Don't get me going back, man. But but man, this was a great match. Great suggestion there by the voice, Josh Joseph, man. I loved it. That was a fun watch. And we're going to continue that. We have some great matches coming up here as we continue to chronicle ECW. We're going to continue to follow this Wyatt 6 situation, continue to follow everything going down in wrestling. You know, big things coming in the through the woodworks. You know, of course, we have Every Child Wins, that big show that is coming up. It's on the 29th. In Lafayette, Indiana, and we're going to give you more details on that as the time draws near. But until then, we got to call this one a really great episode. Got a chance to talk again to my man, The Voice. Bring on the Grunmeister, have him come on and make his In Your House debut, and I think it was a great one. We had a lot of fun talking about a whole lot of things, current events, and then go ahead and taking it back, a blast to the past with a great watch-along. I'll go ahead and start with my man Grun here because, of course, we always love to give our guests the opportunity to plug anything that they want to plug, and where they can find you at, where our guys here, our household, our fans here can follow you and see what you're doing. Grunmeister, the floor is yours.
You can follow me on Twitch at Grunmeister. It's where I play a lot of Call of Duty, and occasionally I'll play something different. If there's a new horror game like Resident Evil 9 that's supposed to be in making right now, I'm definitely going to be playing that when it comes out.
Cool, man. Cool. So we catch Grunmeister at everything that he's doing, man. Hopefully we can get you on more shows, get you more into the rotation. We love hearing your perspectives and thoughts. I got a chance to hear some of your stuff before I got a chance to work with you yesterday through voice, and I was like, man, he's good, man. He's got some talent. So like, it was great to be able to bring you on and get you some reps here on In Your House, and just keep on going, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man, because it'll get you somewhere. And you know, Voice is a testament to that. This is going to be a huge show for him on the 29th over in Lafayette, Indiana. But Voice, of course, I got to give you the opportunity to plug anything that you want to plug, where they can find you, what you got going on, man.
Well, of course, you can find me on the In Your House podcast when we do the Sunday house parties and when we do stuff like this, the ECW Legends. I am looking so forward to this. This is like my heart and soul. I cannot wait to continue this. And I'm so stoked that my co-host, Grunmeister, for the Monday night review show at 7 p.m. every Monday, we kick you off for Raw. We review some things that we like to talk about from the previous Raw and get you ready for what's coming up on this week's Raw. So the fact that Grun, you're being introduced to the era that brought me such joy and such fun memories as a kid, that you get to experience that with us. That's my favorite part. Also, awesome. Go out and check our friends. Jones, he wasn't on this one. Go check him out. Thursday's coming up. You know what that means. the Kokomo Press is going to be doing their open mic. Go check them out. Give them a follow. Go check out the podcast they're doing, because they're really moving and they're really doing some great things. Check out everything Paragon's doing. He's an amazing talent and always in something. Go check out what Todd Kilmore's doing, because, well, he wants the best for you. That's all I can say on that. And then, my big homie up here, Howse, go check out all things he's doing in the In Your House world. And man, as always, thank you for bringing me into this. I cannot wait to talk to these legends with you and mark out a little bit. Behind the scenes, we will be behind the scenes marking out. In front, it's a professional.
Yes, man. Yeah, no, man. I was happy to do it, man, because I was invited to that show by Scott Hewlett from the Heated Shenanigans podcast, and he does a really great job. We had him on the show here a few weeks ago, and he's talked to some really, really great names like Kurt Angle, Eric Rowan, Chris Van Vliet, Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo. I mean, just a who's who, Matt Cardona, Mandy Rose. Really, just a who's who of names that he's talked to. And it was great to be able to talk to somebody like him, because we kind of compared notes and whatnot. And he knows I've talked to names like Austin Theory and Solo Sikoa and Mr. Kennedy and Molly Holly and names like that, even names like Barry Horowitz and whatnot, like a lot of great names, man. And it was great to do that. So when he invited us to this show and he said who was going to be there, and I was like, man, yeah, that's great, because of course, once again, I already told my Sandman story earlier, and I was like, yeah, it'd be great to hang out with him again, because he was cool. But then he was like, hey, if you guys want to, actually chat with these guys and talk to them and, get a little bit of, airtime with them, that's great too. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. Let's do that. So, yeah, it's going to be a great thing. We're going to be doing that. Once again, it's Every Child Wins. And once again, we will have more details on that in a further episode. And we'll give it the complete rundown and the respect that the show deserves. But also for me, you can catch me at Columbus, Indiana. I'll be at Lafayette on the 29th of June. And then on July 3rd, I will be in Columbus, Indiana for Emerge. That is fireworks and fisticuffs. And they're going to have a big battle royal there. And the winner of that battle royal will face the Emerge World Heavyweight Champion Paragon that same night. It's going to be a great thing. If you could bring some dog food, cat food out, that'd be great. They're doing some work for their local animal shelters there. That's the part of the reason why this show is running for that. So if you can do that over in Columbus and have some fireworks, enjoy some wrestling. It's Independence Day. So, yeah, man, it's going to be a great time. But, of course, you already know you can catch me right here doing my thing In Your House, giving you guys great content, talking about all things wrestling with my homies. That's exactly what we do. That's what brought us to the table. All right? That's why 5 stars. So give us 5 stars too. All right, give us those 5 stars. Make sure that you do that. And reviews. We want to get charted. And yeah, that's where you can catch me at. And of course, you can catch me at Alakan House. That's on IG. That is on Facebook, and that is on X. And then, of course, In Your House Pod on X, and that's HOWSE, and the W stands for work. So, guys, really appreciate you guys coming on and doing some great work for us here. You guys out there in the household giving us some listens. Our chat was great, guys. So, for The Voice, Josh Joseph, for Grunmeister, for the world's most dangerous podcaster, Paragon, and Hypocrisy Jones, I am Alakan, the Concept House, here to remind you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend to hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone, because the household is still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day, a great rest of your week. Peace.